we'd like to introduce you to a fantastic product called the Nail Trainer. You may never have seen it or used the Nail Trainer personally, but you may be interested to know it's the most popular, most widely used, most loved training and practice tool for nail technicians and nail students in the world.
You've seen the Nail Trainer in action for yourself now, and I'm sure already you're thinking of different ways in which you can use it within your education regime. But we'd like to help you a little bit more, and to do this I've invited along Gina Wallace, who's a very experienced nail educator, been using the Nail Trainer for the last 12 years within her training, and also helping other classrooms like yours to get used to using the Nail Trainer. Gina, it's really nice to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Mike. Nice to be here.
Now, I'm sure many of you have probably heard of Gina, but I'll tell you a little bit about her anyway. Gina, I've had to make a list of this stuff because you've done so much in your life.
Yes.
Gina's been the principal educator for Essential Nails video-based courses for the last 12 years. Mm-hmm. You're an international educator in your own right, yes, with 17 years of experience. She's earned recognition as both a competitor and a judge in nail enhancements and nail art.
Yes.
Nail art's a big thing these days, isn't it, Gina?
Huge, yes.
And that's one of your favourite things?
I love nail art because it allows me to express myself.
Okay, good. Well, let me get back to this list because it's a long one.
Okay.
You're an author of 2 books,
yes,
and countless magazine articles.
Yes.
You're a mentor. A lot of people say you're their guru. You're the CEO of Gina Wallace Enterprises. Mm-hmm. You're a web designer. You're a sounding post for nail technicians all over the world. Gina, I'm giving up on this list. It's obvious you quite like nails, don't you?
Mike, I love doing nails. And Nail Trainer helps me help educators train their students to the best of their ability.
Well, training is what we want to talk about today, Gina. And I understand that you are a real devotee of the Nail Trainer. Is that right?
Absolutely. Mike, without a doubt, Nail Trainer is the best tool an educator can use to train their students without problems.
So if there's one thing, Gina, that you said you liked best about Nail Trainer, what would that be?
Well, just look at it, Mike. It's so lifelike. The fingers pivot and rotate. They feel like real fingers. It is the best tool to use because it's like having a real hand model at all times. It's there when you want to use it.
Okay, well, that's one of the things that I've picked up on, Gina, because why are these finger ends of a softer material?
Well, Mike, the softer material is one of the lifelike features of the Nail Trainer. You can imagine when a customer is being filed on, if you file too hard, they'll start to scream or yelp. This prevents that from happening. The student then learns that when she files, if she files too hard on the Nail Trainer, there'll be marks on the sides. That is a visual sign that they're filing incorrectly. Nail Trainer helps them learn to file correctly.
That's a really clever feature, isn't it? I like that, Gina.
Yes, and it's packed with features like that. For example, the wrist rotates.
The fingers articulate and flex just like a real hand.
The arm is maneuverable anywhere on the table, and it's, if you'll notice, look, it's about the same length as a real human arm. So you can work with it up close, far away. It is like having a real human model right at your disposal anytime, day or night. It's wonderful.
Now, another thing, Gina, I've noticed that the fingertips that go onto the end of the Nail Trainer are all kinds of different shapes and sizes. What's that about?
That's one of the advanced features of the Nail Trainer. There are 5 different shapes and sizes so that you're able to practice like in a real salon environment. Because when people come into you, they're not all going to have the same shapes and sizes. A nail student has the opportunity to work on all those shapes and sizes.
So some fatter, some thinner, some longer, some shorter?
Absolutely. Even nail biters' nails, which are the most difficult to do, Nail Trainer takes care of that as well.
So how does that really help a student then, Gina?
Well, it allows a student to self-assess their own nails. They can look and easily see where mistakes are made.
Okay, and how does it help the educator?
Well, this way she can look at each individual student's work, and from there she can define errors and then help eliminate those errors with each step.
Okay, so with these tips then, they can come off, and if they've made a mistake on one nail, they can
Right,
just carry on.
exactly.
Great.
You see, Mike, Nail Trainer turns unskilled, frustrated students into productive nail technicians.
So Gina, give me an example of how an educator would use the Nail Trainer in a general practical sense in their education.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes when I train students, I'll have a classroom and some are advanced, some are a little bit slower. You're always going to have that kind of situation. With the slower students, Nail Trainer is great because then I can take it, set that student aside, help them, for example, in filing. I can give her a lesson to help her build her technique on filing. Otherwise, for like advanced students, I can set them aside, have them do 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of nails, and while I'm still focusing on the main body of the students. And I can organize my classroom that way. It works a lot better for not only the educator, but the student body as well.
And do you think then this organisation is the most important thing for an educator?
Oh, absolutely, because the educator needs control of her classroom at all times.
Okay, and another thing that I wanted to ask you about as well is how does the Nail Trainer, do you feel, build up a student's confidence?
Oh, wonderfully. I personally have witnessed where some students are lacking in confidence because they don't want to hurt a person while they're studying, while they're practicing. They're able to do their skills and learn their technique on a Nail Trainer. Doing that automatically builds their confidence so that by the time they are practicing on live models, they've completely eliminated that. They've built their confidence up and they're just able to go right in without any fear whatsoever. Fear's a big thing when you're first learning.